The hidden cost of Stoicism. When virtue turns to isolation. Stoicism, a philosophy often celebrated for its resilience and tranquility, can sometimes have unintended consequences that lead to a life of isolation and detachment. Let's look at some of the founders and famous Stoics, whose strict adherence to Stoic principles may have inadvertently driven them away from relationships, financial stability, and family harmony. Zeno of Citium, a man alone in virtue. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, is often admired for his self-discipline and wisdom. Yet behind the curtain of his philosophical achievements lay a man who lived in self-imposed austerity. By rejecting luxury, material wealth, and conventional ambitions, Zeno found himself isolated in the marketplace of Athens, teaching under a colonnade. While his philosophical resolve was unwavering, Zeno's extreme asceticism kept him from forming deep bonds with those who didn't share his ideals. His life offers a cautionary tale. The pursuit of virtue can sometimes build walls rather than bridges, leaving him financially destitute and without strong personal relationships. Seneca, the weight of inconsistency. Seneca, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, offers a tragic paradox. As an advisor to the notorious Emperor Nero, Seneca's wealth and political influence contrasted sharply with Stoic ideals. He preached the virtues of temperance and simplicity, but his immense fortune led to accusations of hypocrisy. Seneca's inability to reconcile his Stoic beliefs with his opulent lifestyle left him vulnerable to political attacks, ultimately leading to his forced suicide. Stoicism taught him to accept death with dignity, but it also isolated him from his political allies, friends, and family, who saw his philosophy as impractical in the brutal political environment of ancient Rome. Epictetus, freedom from everything, including connections. Epictetus, born a slave, embraced Stoicism as a path to inner freedom. His teachings stressed that we should remain indifferent to external circumstances, finding peace in our own minds. However, Epictetus's rigid commitment to detachment came at a cost. His philosophy urged followers to emotionally distance themselves from worldly affairs, including relationships. By teaching that suffering comes from attachment, Epictetus inadvertently promoted a life of emotional solitude. Though he gained philosophical freedom, he remained cut off from the possibility of forming close, meaningful relationships, isolated in his pursuit of self-sufficiency. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who died alone. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, struggled to balance his Stoic beliefs with the overwhelming responsibilities of ruling an empire. In his personal writings, Meditations, he reflects on the isolation he felt despite being surrounded by advisors, soldiers, and family. His dedication to Stoicism made him emotionally unavailable to those closest to him, including his wife and children. His inability to express vulnerability or weakness, even in moments of grief, created a divide between his inner life and his public role. Though he may have achieved serenity through Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius died as a man who had built emotional walls so high that not even his family could reach him. The lonely path of Stoicism. The Stoics valued independence, emotional fortitude, and self-control. But these virtues can sometimes turn into barriers. Their emphasis on detachment from material possessions, relationships, and even emotions can push followers into a life of isolation. In modern times, someone who embraces Stoicism too rigidly may find themselves estranged from their loved ones, disconnected from their work, and financially unstable as they reject society's expectations. Stoicism, when applied without balance, can destroy the very things that make life worth living: connection, intimacy, and vulnerability. The ancient Stoics themselves were not immune to this. Their legacies, while impressive, remind us that even the pursuit of virtue must be tempered with an understanding of our human need for connection. If you found this video educational and entertaining, please hit the like and subscribe button.